Hey, what's up, guys? Jag from Jaggy Sports. Is it time to trade Julius Randle? I'm going to ask you guys that question again. Is it time to trade Julius Randle? I'm not from New York. I've been there. Great city. Great fans. I like the Knicks. But, it just seems to me that Julius Randle is. He's good. He's a great talent, 100%. He's an awesome talent. But he's had some issues with the New York fans. And you don't make enemies with New York fans. You don't. 100% you don't.
For the Knicks, they've lost 3 in a row. Fans are turning on the team. I was saying that they were booing them intermittently throughout the game. And Julius Randle, he hasn't talked to reporters after games since January 6th. And the team was fined $25,000 for that today because it is a violation of what they have bargained with the league. But what's the biggest issue with this team right now?
The biggest issue of issues, because there's a lot of them. And the number one thing is this. Julius Randle, listen, my Texas boy, you get paid the big bucks. You're a franchise guy. See, here's the problem that I have. A lot of guys want to run to the table and talk to the media when they have good games. You have to keep that same energy when you have bad games. But here's the real thing. I honestly think that Julius Randle and the New York Knicks has ran his course. And if I'm the New York Knicks, I actually would consider or test the waters of trading Julius Randle before his stock goes down to get back some type of pieces, picks, or whatever the case may be. But I don't think there's no repairing this relationship at this moment.
Well, when you set the standard as the most improved player, New York Knicks fans, they got a taste last year. They got excited last year. And here's the thing, Perk. The Knicks schedule, it gets pretty tough. Here are their next 10 games. You can see them. They have to face the Heat, the Lakers, the Jazz, the Nuggets, the Warriors on February 10th. That's the day of the trade deadline. And they also have games against the Bucks and the Grizzlies, the Dark Side, which you can watch on ESPN. So it gets going from here. I do want to go over to the Knicks, though, Ramona, because they snapped a 3-game losing streak last night against the Clippers. Julius Randle, he finished with 24 points, but maybe more significant, he spoke to reporters after the game for the first time since January the 6th. So what's the latest on Randle versus sort of all things New York right now?
Well, I mean, he's been better on the road than he has been at home, which tells you something, right? And at home now you have fans again. Okay, so this isn't an empty building anymore. He signed that big contract. Yep. I think he's feeling a little, in terms of how the Knicks treat him, he said last night, I really appreciate owner Jim Dolan for standing by me. What he means is the Knicks paid the fine. The Knicks got fined $25,000 for Randle not talking, and the Knicks paid the fine. Now, that's some good organizational support, but he also needs to, you've been in New York.
Right.
You're a New York City girl.
It's no joke.
How's that going to play if you don't talk to the media for weeks?
It's not going to play very well. No. And it hasn't played very well. That's where the fines come in. Yeah. That's where then when you go and sit in front of reporters and you say, well, the organization didn't make me available, that doesn't become an acceptable enough answer, especially for that press corps.
I just think it's time. I just think it's 100% time to trade this guy. Not because his efficiency, because, it's awesome kind of thing like that. But even though he's had a couple bad games recently, but I think it's the fact that he cannot handle the pressure. He can handle pressure as in like when it comes to basketball, but when it comes to like the mental aspect, the fans and whatnot kind of thing like that, he cannot handle it. Like, I'm sure, like, when he's in the post, he bullies his way into getting a basket, and that's awesome, right? Like, he's a one hell of a player, but playing is just one aspect. The mental game and the way you respond to the city, the way you carry the city on your back, that's another issue, right? Like, I don't think he can handle that pressure kind of thing. And a lot of people can't, right? Because then you have to have very, very tough skin, and he has one of those things. But what he did a while ago, put his thumbs down to the New York crowd, I just think that was wrong. I'm pretty sure he apologized for it, but when you do something like that, you gotta not only apologize to that, you gotta actually come out with a bang. You have to like actually play fairly well. And the New York Knicks are not playing well at all. I think they're 11th spot right now, and they need a boost. They traded for Cam Reddish. I just think that it's about time that they pull this deal off with Zion Williamson, and Zion will be reunited with his college buddies. I just think that's true. Tell me what you guys think. Should the Knicks trade Julius Randle? Subscribe to this channel, like this video, make sure you do that and you get all the content that I'm spitting out. But I want to ask you guys, New York fans, should Julius Randle be traded from the Knicks? I'm asking you guys. Jag from Jaggy Sports.